Mammography is a special imaging test that uses low dose of X-ray to see the inside of the breast. A mammography exam is called mammogram, which the goal of the mammography is the early detection of the breast cancer, typically through the detection of characteristic masses or calcification. A mammography unit is a box with a tube that produces X-rays. The unit is used exclusively for breast X-ray exams and features special accessories to limit X-ray exposure to the breast. The unit features is a device to hold and compress the breast and position it so the technologists can capture image at different angles. All mammography imaging systems incorporate high-frequency generators. Accepts a single-phase input which is rectified and capacitor smooth to produce a direct current voltage waveform which then fed to an inverter circuit which changes the power to high frequency, that is capacitor smoothed, that is typically 5 to 10 kHz. Compared with single and three-phase mammography generator, high-frequency generators are smaller and less expensive to manufacture. They provide exceptional exposure reproducibility, which contributes to improved image quality. The support system may include screen, LED apron, seating table, holding support, and free spaces. The X-ray tube is designed to place the cathode at the chest wall and the anode in the opposite side. The cathode is a helical-shaped tungsten filament and the anode is rotating to allow the higher milliamperage to be used with the exposure time of less than 1 second. Higher milliamperage will increase the image contrast. Molybdenum is the best material to use in mammography that allows the production of low-energy spectrum of radiation. Characteristic radiation produced molybdenum and rhodium are effective for breast imaging. Collimators or cones are required for proper direction of the X-ray beam, proper collimation for rejecting scattered radiation, and protection of the chest wall and lungs from unnecessary radiation. A compression plate is a flat surface plate used for uniform compression. The amount of compression is between 25 and 40 pounds of pressure. The function of having compression is that first is to provide immobilization of the part during the exposure. Second is produces radiograph uniformity density. Third is reduces geometric unsharpness due to the closer to the image receptor distance. Also reduces scatter and improves contrast. Also reduces tissue overlap and improves resolution. And lastly, it enhances recognition of the architectural distortion produced by tumor. The anti-scattered grid must be a moving grid. Carbon fiber is preferred interspace material. The use of grid doesn't compromise the spatial resolution, but it does increase the patient dose. The image receptor was a film screen combination. It is a single coated film screen combination is commonly used today with the gadolinium oxysulfide that produces higher film contrast and require significantly lower radiation exposure as compared to direct exposure film. The mammographic cassette are dedicated cassette used for mammography only in 18 by 24 or 24 by 30 cm. Phototimers are designed not only to measure the X-ray intensity at image receptor but also for X-ray quality. Phototimers are also called as automatic exposure control device, and it is placed after the image receptor and consists of a single ionization chamber or an array of 3 or more semiconductor diodes. That X-rays transmitted through the breast Anti-scatter grid and the image receptor generate a signal in the detector. Cancers occurs as a result of mutation or abnormal changes in the genes that are responsible for regulating the growth of cells and keeping them healthy. The genes are in each cell's nucleus, which acts as the control room of each cells. Normally, the cells in our bodies replace themselves through an orderly process of cell growth. But over time, the changes cells gains the ability to keep dividing without control or order, producing more cells just like it and forming a tumor. A tumor can be benign or malignant. In benign, tumors are not considered cancerous. Their cells are closely to normal in appearance. They grow slowly and they do not invade nearby tissue or spread to other parts of the body. Phyllodes is an example of benign tumor. The appearance of phyllodes tumor in mammography is typically seen as non-specific large rounded oval or lobulated, generally well circumscribed lesion with smooth margins. A radiolucent halo may be present. Calcification is typically coarse and plaque-like that may be seen in a very small portion. Intraductal papilloma is also an example of benign tumor. The appearance of this lesion are frequently normal, particularly with small intraductal papillomas. When imaging findings are present, they include solitary or multiple dilated ducts, a circumscribed benign appearing mass that is often subareolar in location or cluster of calcification. Malignant tumor are cancerous. Left unchecked, malignant cells eventually can spread beyond the original tumor to other parts of the body. Ductal carcinoma in situ is an example of malignant tumor. It refers to a breast carcinoma limited to the ducts with no extension beyond the basement membrane, as a result of which the disease has not infiltrated the parenchyma of the breast and the lymphatics and cannot therefore metastasis. Invasive carcinoma is also an example of malignant tumor. It is also known as infiltrating ductal carcinoma, is the cancer that began growing in the milk ducts and has invaded the fibrous or fatty tissue of the breast outside of the duct. That ends my presentation. Thank you very much.